Morning, everyone. Happy Labor Day and welcome to our Monday morning meditation. So good to be here with you on a day off for me and hopefully a day off for you as well. So good to see you. So Labor Day, what a wonderful metaphor for us to use for our Monday morning meditation. I was just kind of thinking about Labor Day and what it means. And it's, of course, in the US, a celebration or an acknowledgement of the hard work that goes into making our country happen at many different levels. And, I was thinking about how our spiritual labor, our internal labor, our mental health labor also is very important and even more valuable to our country and our world. When we are doing our meditation time, we're working on watching our thoughts and watching our emotions and just letting them be and letting them come up and out. We're not acting on them, we're just observing them and we're practicing learning how to know what's going on the inside of us. And that's valuable to the rest of our day and the rest of our week and the rest of our lives, because when we are interacting with other people, when we're at the grocery store, when we're driving on a busy street, um, that self-awareness of what our thoughts are doing, of what our emotions are doing, is great information to be aware of before we act in ways that are not going to be in our best interest, whether in whatever situation we're dealing with, but that takes practice. And that practice is our labor of self-awareness. It's our labor of self-management. It's our labor of self-love, really, because, if you ever have noticed, I have many times when I have acted in ways that um, don't feel good after the fact. Maybe they feel really good in the moment, but not so great after the fact. Um, it's not, we're generally not kind to ourselves after the fact. Some people don't mind behaving in all sorts of ways and they don't think about it afterwards, but I am not one of those people. So being aware of how our words, our actions and behavior affect other people and affect ourselves ultimately, um, is our responsibility and it's our labor. And if we look into our world right now and think about it, if every person in our country, if every person in our world watched their thoughts and watched their emotions and worked on doing their best to um, act only from a place of calmness and clarity, this world would be a different place. Yes. So what we are doing for ourselves today and in our daily meditation practice is a huge gift to our own self and to the world, because we are becoming one of those people who does not just act on whatever thought is going on or whatever emotion that we have flying through our mind and body system at any given moment. And that is wonderful. It's a beautiful gift that we have to bring. It's our labor of love for our planet. So anyway, we are going to go into our inner labor practice of just being present with what's happening on the inside. And I invite you to get comfortable in the place where you're sitting if you're not already. Take a couple of deep breaths. Let your mind body system know that we're turning inside right now and aware of the breath. Maybe by now that quick breath practice has become more of a habit for you. So we just grab onto that. Let that breath move in to the count of 4 and out to the count of 4. You want extra relaxation and letting go. As you breathe out, let that breath come out through your mouth. We're breathing into the count of 4 through the nose and breathing out to the count of 4 through the mouth. Just a few of those helps the body relax more. And let your breathing return to the natural pace. You can still do the quick breath, breathing into the count of 4 and breathing out to the count of 4. Just let it be through your nose or however is comfortable and something that can just happen. So you're not thinking about it. We focus on our breath initially to get into that rhythm of a calm breath that synchronizes the mind and body system into one whole movement. But once that's in place, we just let it be. And in our internal practice, that labor that is a loving, gentle practice. There are some days when the mind needs more words to grab onto, to keep it focused, to keep ourselves centered. And there are other days that our minds are just more at rest. And notice right now what day it is for you. Is your mind busy and perhaps a little all over the place? If so, use a word or a mantra that brings you back to one focus, bringing the mind to focus on one thing at a time instead of the many that it comes up with. Perhaps it helps the busy mind to focus on that breath, feeling that air moving in to the body and out again. If your mind is quieter today, and just allow the sounds around you to be noticed, but not thought about, not commented on, just noticing. You can feel the air on your skin, your feet on the floor. Perhaps you notice that your body just is. It's just being, it's just resting. It can help also to have a place in your body that feels grounded, calm, and centered. Just let your attention be in that place in your body. Someplace that isn't necessarily your head. Perhaps it's your heart center and you can feel that your attention there expand all around you. And the labor of our meditation time is bringing our mind again and again and again back to that focus, our mantra, our word, our body center, our breath. That is our labor that produces our calm mind and heart. And it is worth every minute we spend, every effort we make. And we take this moment to sign on the line, sign on the dotted line that this is our most welcomed job, career, to maintain that inner calm and to pay attention to those times when our insides are not so peaceful. And that's okay. And then there's a different work to do. Journaling, forgiveness, releasing, looking at something differently, letting go of old attitudes or beliefs. Our inner peace is always about compassion and love and strength and wisdom. That doesn't mean we are perfectly that way all the time. It means that that is our job, to notice those times and situations when we're not. And when we don't feel like we're able to come from that place and say, okay, what do I need to do here so that I can handle the situation in a way that brings me back to my peace. We don't talk about that a lot in our Monday meditations, but that is definitely part of our responsibility as a human being in this world with other human beings. Our meditation time helps us take those other steps to embrace those other job responsibilities of being responsible for what's happening on the inside. It's the practice that makes us stronger, more acute observers on the inside. And more able to let go of, not engage with the thoughts and emotions that don't serve us or anyone else, and to act on those that do. So if you are able to take some extra time on this beautiful Labor Day to stay with your meditation, I invite you to do so. If you have things to do today, bring this labor contract with you in your heart, wherever you go, and check in with it. To support yourself in staying on the job. You're moving out of your meditation time. I invite you to take a deep breath. Feel your body in the chair and your feet on the floor. And have a wonderful week. in this new perspective on your career, your internal career. Have a wonderful week, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.